Welcome to Mindshock. This is your host, Bruce McGuire, and this is live Q&A 28th edition. Welcome, everyone. Anything goes here. I'll be taking live questions of all kinds. Part of what makes these so interesting is we never know where we're gonna go. I don't even know. As always, if you want to help support the podcast, help logic and reason return to a world where it is quickly going extinct, you can donate to our PayPal. Just check the link in the description. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like and share Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, and Patreon. You can also become a free patron if you're not getting updates through YouTube. You can also support the channel by becoming a YouTube member right here on YouTube. Questions, comments, theories, thoughts, suggestions, rebuttals, debunkings of any kind, leave them in the comments section. Unless, of course, you are with us here live, drop them in the live chat. I'll try to get to each and every one of them. Welcome, Flat Bob, Les Xylophone, Clark, Aaron, Asha, Harry, Lord Zed, the one and only, Justin Johnson, Mayor McCheese. Are you a real Mayor McCheese? In the chat here. Alright, so Clark says we should ask him if he is a lizard person who eats human flesh like Louis C.K. asked Rumsfeld. Oh man. So if you've checked out the interdimensional reptilian shapeshifters, as postulated by David Icke, supposedly when asked directly, they're not allowed to lie. I mean, again, I don't know if that's true or not, but that seems to be a running theme in a lot of these occult examinations. No. I am not a lizard person nor cannibal. Flat Bob asks, Bruce, what is your favorite logical fallacy? Also, what was your favorite logical analysis you've done so far? Oh, those are interesting questions. What do you mean by favorite? Favorite fallacy, as in favorite to expose, favorite to commit, or just favorite as in most interesting? Or a fallacy that I'm least annoyed by? Would that be a better way to phrase it? What do you mean by favorite? I don't know if I have a favorite fallacy. The ludic logical fallacy is quite interesting. I find that one interesting. Are you guys familiar with the ludic logical fallacy? I think I did a clip of that. The ludic fallacy is actually quite new. It was proposed in the Black Swan book 2007. So, for example, if somebody flips a coin and it's always coming up heads, that wouldn't necessarily be chance because there might be an issue with the coin. But yeah, Nassim Nicholas Taleb, his book, The Black Swan 2007, quite an interesting book. Clark says, I want to ask Bruce to please start the program with the infamous roller jam suplex 69 Cooter Crush clip. Oh, man. The Coot Scoot Boogie. Oh, man. Aaron says, and that sweet girl that laughs at how many times she's had a concussion. You guys really like roller jam, huh? Asha asked, did you do an analysis of the Bridge Guy video, the newly released video? No, I did not get to that. I don't even know how I feel about watching that video. I mean, I saw a second of it. It's just so dark knowing what came after. I mean, obviously, I don't do crime scene photos or videos. I don't do anything like that. Clark says, my favorite Python sketches, the dead parrot, the argument's office, self-defense against attack with a banana. Okay, Clark says, bring it, Bruce, roller jam suplex. Welcome, Truth Trollette. Alright, so... Clark Rice says, I saw a drill sergeant open up a can of steam once. Alright, so you guys want some roller jam clips? Okay, let's see if I have it on hand. That particular clip. Let's see. I think there was a clip I forgot to play. There might have been a clip. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I found it.
Come on!
And obviously, this is all fair use all the time here on Mindshock.
You can read his lips. Come and get it. Now Loden is going to be turned around. Spun upside down. Oh, goodness. And Stacy Blitz is beside herself. No. Don't. Oh, look at this. No. Oh, my gosh. Oh, shit. I can't believe this, Roy. I think the wedding's officially on. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Atkinson. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. He's not going to hang around to celebrate. Oh, my gosh, I love it. You talk about teaching somebody a lesson. Loden thought she could win the game for her team, came out with the men, and winds up flat on her back. Well, she may have stolen a lot of his moves. He's got her by the throat. He's got her on the back attack. He probably enjoyed the face full of crotch, but...
The face of a true feminist there. The face of a true feminist. Oh, man. Roller jam. The most incredible athletic spectacle in the history of mankind. If you haven't checked out the Roller Jam series, check that out. Clark says, I love how it starts with a chokehold and progresses from there. It looks like the wedding is officially on. Yeah, that elbow to the solar plexus didn't look pleasant either. I mean, that guy's a true feminist. Alright. So, alright. Where do you guys want to start tonight with questions? Let me play this other clip I just put together. People accuse me of calling others Dunning-Kruger goofs quite frequently. Well, let's see what certain individuals think about that.
You think everybody has a Dunning-Kruger goof?
Well, ain't they?
You think everybody has a Dunning-Kruger goof?
Well, ain't they?
You think everybody has a Dunning-Kruger goof?
Well, ain't they?
That's the first thing I actually thought of. I don't remember where, but I was accused of calling ducks ducks like quite often, and that came to mind. Welcome, True Crime Fangirl. Les Xylophone says, I see you on X calling the goofs out. Yeah, it's pretty funny. They usually don't have much to say when they're just shut down so thoroughly, comprehensively, and objectively. But every once in a while, they go into meltdown spirals. Quite fascinating. The Cope spirals. Lord Zed says, Bruce, I have a question. Did you see Bill Murray on JRE say that Hunter S. Thompson tied him up, tossed him in the water, and he almost drowned while Hunter laughed? He also said Hunter's friends with Depp. Yeah, I think you were the one who commented that somewhere. Welcome, Run Boston Bear. Lord Zed says, my bad, that's a long question. Did you see Bill on Jerry? I think I saw that clip when you mentioned it. Yeah, Hunter S. Thompson's a weirdo. Definitely a weirdo. Was also implicated in the Johnny Gosch case. Have you guys checked out my Johnny Gosch series? It's quite dark, but it's also really, really mind-shocking how nobody's been able to produce a copy of the Johnny on America's Most Wanted episode that aired at least once, and nobody's been able to produce a full copy. I played clips. There was a foreign language, or a subtitled in foreign language version that someone managed to upload just bits and pieces of it. I mean, that's truly mind-shocking that they're just, I don't know if it's the only episode that's unavailable. There might be one or two other episodes on America's Most Wanted that just vanished. Now, America's Most Wanted is not some obscure show. I mean, that was quite a high-rated show. Like, for example, Cops, you can find every single episode of Cops. But I just find that strange. That's the one where Paul Bonacci, who implicated a lot of high-level individuals in government as part of human trafficking, and he said that Johnny Gosch's initials were carved into the wood of this basement, and he actually took the America's Most Wanted crew there. If you guys haven't checked that out. Sovereign Searcher says you guys know Eric Dubé. What about Eric Dubé, Sovereign Searcher? Clark says it's a catch and capture method. Buy the TV rights and bury the story. Yeah, but I mean, how did not a single private citizen record it? There was actually a woman in New York who recorded... She recorded every single news broadcast, and I'm not sure what else, but she had thousands and thousands of VHS tapes. Sovereign says, just wondering, been deep into him on Flat Earth. Yeah, he might be compromised. I mean, he's from Langley, Virginia. His parents apparently worked for Department of Defense contractors. Some CIA connections. Yeah, really, he seems to be very, very shady. Run Boston Bear says, taking a break from the YouTubes lately because we have a 1 month at home. She's just topped 11 pounds. Everyone is doing well. Great to hear. Run Boston Bear doing his part to repopulate the earth with logical individuals. True Crime Fangirl says, how are you feeling about none of the case documents being released to the public in Delphi? Wow. Yeah, so the Delphi case, I mean, it's just an astounding case. I mean, it's gonna go down in the annals of true crime history, right there with Maura Murray, Stephen Avery. I would throw Scott Peterson in there too. I mean, what a shame of an investigation. Delphi is just unconscionable, and then you also have the Flora fire, various other murders in the area. The case just has so many problems. It's weird how coincidence theorists hallucinate that everything's above board. I mean, nothing's above board in the Delphi case. Absolutely nothing. I mean, I think eventually everything will be declassified or released, but who knows when that'll be. I mean, the Columbine documents aren't even set to be released for what, another 100 years or something? I mean, it's just so weird. Lord Zed says, Bruce, would you ever interview Jesse Miss Kelly? I guarantee he'd confess again. Do you know they didn't even film the first several hours of his original confession? I know you have strong feelings about the West Memphis 3 case, but that's a botched case as well. Yeah, do you really want to get into Miss Kelly? I don't really feel like doing that now. This isn't specifically a true crime Q&A. Miss Kelly was definitely, I mean, that confession was definitely not, that's alleged confession was definitely not above board, and false confessions are a leading cause of wrongful convictions. Mayor McShee says, hey, Bruce, new lead on the Amy Bradley case posted on the Amy Bradley is Missing. Any thoughts? I think, is that the one I went over on the previous Amy Bradley episode? With the police officer? Potentially implicated? Mayor McShee says it was kind of. Lord Zed says, Damien lied to Larry King, said he never lived in West Memphis. Yeah, I forgot. I think I went over something like that. Did he live? Okay, well, I mean, none of that really matters. I mean, why would you trust anything he says anyway? I mean, people like that, I mean, he definitely does a fair bit of trolling. Like, look at that. He's a disturbed individual. Now, again, postulate this. Let's say he wasn't involved, just for the sake of argument. Would he kind of pretend he was just to screw with people? Especially if he thought he was never getting out? I mean, who knows? I mean, he's a weirdo. He's a weirdo. Mayor McShee says, but it did say there was a sighting as late as 2016, I believe. Yeah, I have another episode coming up on the Amy Bradley case as well. And more Murray. There's more to that Stefan weirdo as well, who's supposedly mass slaughtering dogs like a scumbag. Clark says, Bruce, do you think the missing college-aged woman in Dominican Republic related to Amy Bradley trafficking group? Ooh, Dominican Republic? Which case are you referring to there? Mayor McShee says the serial killer of dogs. Yeah, that guy's a scumbag. Wow. Yeah, people who harm animals, there's definitely something wrong with their brains. Especially not deadly animals who are not attacking humans. Although I don't really agree with putting down those animals that do attack humans either. I mean, they're just running on instinct. They don't deserve to die for it. Flatbob says, I think it's a spiritual thing, not a brain thing. What are you referring to there? True Crime Fangirl says, I'm ready for the Rex Heuermann trials to begin. Gotta be more to be found. Yeah, I mean, okay, so that's a good example of a case where it actually appears they arrested the right guy. The issue is, he can't be the only one just based on the available information. He may or may not have been working with another individual. There's also shady police activity. But yeah, for all the coincidence theorist goofs who always get triggered, oh, people are just contrarian. They just say whoever's arrested is innocent. Rex Huerman appears to be very, very guilty. But he might not be the only one. Okay, this is a new case. Clark says the student Sudishka Kananki was on spring break in Punta Cana when she disappeared this month, prompting a search effort. I don't believe I've heard of that. Yeah, I have not heard of this case. Interpol, I'm on usatoday.com. Interpol issued global alert. That's interesting. International alert. So, early morning hours with a group of friends. Police say Kananki allegedly stayed behind with a man named Joshua Reeb, who she met on the island. Surveillance video shows Reeb, a person of interest in the case, leaving the beach hours later with Kananki. Reeb is not considered a suspect. Interpol issued a yellow notice. They're also from Virginia. Well, that's curious. Is that why you asked if the cases were related? Because both Amy Bradley and Kananki are from Virginia? Yeah, it's also kind of weird. So, Dominican Republic and National Police is working closely with authorities from U.S. Department of State, FBI, DEA, Homeland, and University of Pittsburgh Police. What? So, two Loudoun County detectives. I mean, none of them have jurisdiction. How is this even working? So they're in the Dominican Republic assisting with the investigation. The FBI is the lead agency. Like, the FBI doesn't have jurisdiction either. It's kind of weird. That is pretty weird. Yeah, I mean, okay. I don't think if this is related to trafficking, I mean, I don't think all trafficking rings are related, but I mean, who knows? I do have a major Amy Bradley podcast coming up with yeah, I mean, there's an international connection that hasn't been thoroughly explored, even linking to Ghislaine Maxwell. Sovereign says, curious about Eric Dubé. Still sorry. How did you come to the CIA information? Do you think that would discredit him? Well, what do you mean by discredit him? I mean, like, for example, let's say he's talking about 1 + 1 being 2. So, he could say things that are true, even if he is a compromised shell. So, I don't know what you mean by discredit. Also, so he's like some kind of Wing Chun yoga teacher in Thailand, but he just happens to be an absolute wizard with some of those animations, because he came out with those, what, over 10 years ago? I mean, now nobody really bats an eye. But some of those renderings and animations for just a random YouTuber, I mean, they were quite incredible back in 2015. And also, the way he talks is a little bit strange. In the interviews that I saw early on, he never really said anything advanced in the interviews. But in all of his videos, he's going over really advanced concepts. So is he reading from a script? Maybe. Is the script true? I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't really put a lot of stock in crediting or discrediting, because either the information is true or it's not. But yeah, in terms of is he trustworthy, I mean, I don't think anybody's particularly trustworthy. It's definitely not him. Someone actually posted either, like on a forum and in YouTube videos, they actually did official background checks, and they even ran financials on him and his family. Lord Zed says, Damien's lawyer says, are you going to buy the beer when this is over? Damien replied, no more beer. Bruce, the conspiracy isn't Damien is not guilty. The conspiracy is he knew he'd get out, probably. Okay. Wait, are you saying he's guilty or not guilty? Because, I mean, he appeared to be a Satanist who may or may not have killed people and animals, but that doesn't mean that he was responsible for those 3 boys. Clark says speculation she was dragged out to sea by the ocean or thrown into the ocean. Clark says, oh man, it's the same thing all over again. Yeah, I haven't looked into the case, so I generally don't really like to cover cases that are brand new because usually some kind of information is released at some point within a few weeks to a few months. And at that point, if it's not solved, then a deep dive could be done more accurately. Yeah, I mean, I think spring breakers disappear or die accidentally or otherwise. I mean, I don't think it's that rare. I mean, let me check. Let's go to the stats. Yeah, I can't find anything specific on the stats, but yeah, I mean, travelers go missing. I mean, it's not that uncommon, especially if alcohol's involved. Yeah, I mean, relative to the amount of people that travel and go on spring break, I don't know if I could say it's particularly that dangerous. Just the sheer numbers of people that travel both within the U.S. and internationally, the Caribbean, wherever. I mean, 99.99999% of them make it home. I mean, there are outliers, and of course they deserve justice, and those are the ones that we cover. But I mean, I don't know if I'd call it a particularly common occurrence. Mayor McChee says it does strangely sound similar to Amy's case. Yeah, I mean, if again, I assume there's going to be more information coming. Hopefully, obviously, she's fine and the case will be solved, but Clark says Amy Bradley, Natalie Holloway, and Kanaki. Yeah, I mean, but there's thousands, if not tens of thousands, of people traveling, so... Justin Johnson says, Eric speaks objective truth. I think some of the suspect issues were, you know, him dressing up in drag and doing weird videos, and of course his Langley, Virginia background. Hello, Haley. Justin says, trust no one and question everything. Yes, yes, that is a good mantra. Flat Bob says, much love, Mindshockers. I'm out. I'm spent. Catch the rest tomorrow. Bruce, tell me every aspect of your favorite logical fallacy, the ones you love, the ones you hate, and your favorite favorite analysis. Ooh, that's a tough one. Yeah, that's pretty tough. Pretty tough. In terms of covering the most amount of fallacies and going over the most amount of information within the Flat Earth topic, I kind of like the Bryant Myers one, because we had a lot of variation there, because he started off seemingly honest, and then just descended, like his narcissism and ego got the best of him in the latter half. So I thought that was a pretty good one. In terms of just covering the most amount of topics. Anything with Craig for entertainment value. I mean, I gotta do a lot more, though. I know I've done a bit, but I do need to do more. Just, I mean, the Shiva was probably my least favorite one. That was headache-inducing. But yeah, I don't know what you mean by favorite logical fallacy. Favorite to commit, favorite to expose. I mean, one of the most annoying, of course, is appeal to authority, appeal to popularity, reification fallacies, just these brainless fallacies. You know, those are kind of annoying just because they're so overused and they're really not that complicated. I mean, it's pretty simple. Small children can understand them, and yet Goof's still spamming them. They're still spamming them. Something else is here. Welcome. The Gene Hackman case. The first few weeks saw the story change daily. What a circus. Yeah, that was pretty weird, huh? That was quite weird. Gene Hackman. Lord Zed says, Damien's 100% guilty. I can't convince without hogging Convo, though. We could do another time. Yeah, I mean, I have more episodes coming on that case, so we can go over that then. Lord Zed says, I can promise this, Seagal would not be impressed with Damien. Les Zalaphone says, has anyone tried to FOIA the Columbine files since this is the admin of transparency? I don't know if anybody... So since Trump, people have tried in the past. Didn't get anywhere. Are you saying within the past, since Trump's election? That's a good question. That's a good question. I mean, I don't know how that would be facilitated, though, because... Yeah, you could say it's a matter of national interest on a federal level, but the local PD's got them all locked up. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, because I'm not sure. I actually think... So the FBI files have been released. I actually went over a bunch of them. I don't know if it was ever specified if FBI files were withheld. I mean, I guess they would be. I mean, there's tens, if not hundreds of thousands of documents that have not been released. But I'm not sure if they're the majority or FBI or just the local county, department, state. Mayor McCheese says there is such a thing regarding disappearances that only some catch on. So Bruce is right, there's probably hundreds similar that we've never heard of. That was my point. Wasn't that there's hundreds of them. My point is it's still relatively safe to travel. Like, you'd probably be more likely, if you're from a city, you'd be more likely to meet foul play in your city than traveling abroad, statistically. Unless, of course, you're going to some slum, then maybe not. But if you're going to, like, a tourist area... But yes, of course, there's probably... I'm sure there's more than 3 that have disappeared, yeah. There's still more. Clark says, Bruce, why would Stefan Finkelstein change his name to Baldwin a week after leaving West Point? You know, you got me there. You got me there, and also the same right after Moore left, so... Yeah. Justin says, the resources credibility is beyond shot. Resources? What do you mean, resources? Les Xylophone says, the Fed has the same files as the state. Yeah, I'm just wondering on how... Yeah, because there were some damning FBI files released. So... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they would handle that. I mean, it's worth a try, I guess, sure. Les Xylophone says, Randy has more documents than the public. Yeah, there's some documents knocking about out there that haven't been released. Les Xylophone says, could you imagine being named Finkelstein in the military? Justin says, I literally trust nothing they tell or teach us. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So what do you guys want to go over? I do have, I have a surprise for everybody tomorrow. Special edition. special edition podcast. There was another clip. Let me see. I'll play this clip here. We got some more fair use incoming. Hold on a second. Let's see what we got here.
Really bizarre.
I've been racially attacked by black people. Probably, let's not. I've been racially attacked by black people. I've been racially attacked by black people. Probably, let's not exaggerate. 35 times. I've been racially attacked by Hispanics. Let's not exaggerate. 5 times. Racially attacked by Hispanics. Let's not exaggerate. 5 times. Let me tell you, that's when you really get hurt bad. And, compound fractures, you name it. And name it. Compound fractures, you name it. And, oh yeah, you get hurt real bad. Name it. And, oh yeah, you get hurt real bad. And the whole point is I am sick of it. I am sick of the fact that I have been racially attacked over and 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 over. And the politically correct thing to do is just offer your kids up to have their noses broken and their eyes black and their bones broken. Because the one thing you don't do is ever go stand up against it.
First of all, Lewis, do you...
Because the one... And over and over and over. And the politically correct thing to do is just offer your kids up to have their noses broken and their eyes black and their bones broken.
The greatest thespian of all time, ladies and gentlemen. The greatest thespian there ever was. Oh, man. Yeah, there's so many more Jones clips I never got to. I mean, this guy's just a treasure trove of entertainment value. Oh, man. I did a 4.5-hour mashup. It's on Rockfin. For those who haven't seen it. All right, let's watch some more Jones.
OS. This week, your women pigs are ours to... This week, your women pigs are ours to carry the sperm of the goblin pig. We rule you, holla mahilla hilla, hilla hilla hilla. Goblin pig. We rule you, holla mahilla hilla, hilla hilla hilla. There's no video of President Trump sucking a ding-dong. And so what if there was? That's a lot better than World War III, Owen. I never sucked any ding-dongs. World War III, Owen. More blood of the innocent. Sell the baby parts. Arrest the reporters that expose we're keeping babies alive. Eat the hospitals with their bodies. Have the Pepsi taste testing systems be based on fetal tissue. All demonic systems. Genetically engineer all the crops. Overthrow creation. More blood. Wait a minute. You know, that's the wrong site, man. You're on the Groundhog official Puxatawny Phil. That's not her. That's a photo of a groundhog that just got pulled out of a hole. Guys, you know, I asked you to go to the DC Council members website, not to a groundhog website. Like, look at that video down there. That's a groundhog. Look at it. Oh, my gosh. Look how little that... Not to a groundhog website. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Oh, my gosh. Look how little that woman's head is compared to her body. Ho, ho, ho. Teeny Jedi. Actually, is that the size of Jabba's palace? But imagine if you're like, oh, what does your mom do? Oh, she's a top genital mutilation pusher. I'd be like, whoa, get the hell away from me. What do you think tap genital mutilation pusher? I'd be like, whoa, genital mutilation pusher. I'd be like, whoa, tap water is. It's think genital mutilation pusher. I'd be like, whoa, mutilation pusher. I'd be like, whoa. Get the hell away from me. What do you think tap water is? It's a gay bomb, baby. Little chicken neck psychotic. What do you think tap water is? It's a gay bomb, baby. Tap water is. It's a gay bomb, baby. What do you think tap water is? It's a gay bomb, baby. Little chicken neck psychiatrists behind the scenes flapping their fingers, you know, hoping to screw America over because they'll be manly someday if they can just dominate those big men they see at the grocery store and driving those big trucks. They scare them. So, if I can just dominate the other men, those big men they see at the other men on the modern battlefield. Other men on the modern battlefield. On the modern battlefield. They're men on the modern battlefield. Here, let me type like they do. Here you go. Because they're so scared. Oh, God, the Midwest men, I've got guns. Oh, God. I go, hey, Midwest men, I've got guns. Oh, Midwest men, I've got guns. Oh, God. I go, hey, have some of this chicken and sausage. So technically, I said, Jones offered me his sausage. Yeah, give me a break, you son of a bitch. She starts shaking. Actually, my uncle said that, and I don't understand it. I go, good, listen to your uncle. I'm sick of it, and I'm tired of it. Your lord and master, Beck, already sunk his ship, and you will sink your ship as well, young one. No need to do that, baby Sith. Even though we've been emaciated and been in the dark so long we could hardly see, we punched you, knocked you to the ground, bit a chunk out of you, and now we're stumbling around with the lights on trying to see, and you're screaming for mama. And here comes a big, fat, giant, 400-pound maggot down the stairs, just slithering in. Pus. Big, fat, giant, 400-pound maggot down the stairs, just slithering in. Pus dripping out of it, smell of rotting dead children in its belly. There's the big, giant pus worm. Come to save its baby. We're getting our bearings. The light's coming back in our eyes. We weigh about 85 pounds, but you know what? We're fighting for our life, and here comes that big worm. And what are we going to do to that big, giant, stinking worm that smells like dead flesh? It's squealing like a big rat. What are we going to do to that worm? Ben Shapiro is the herpes on our ass. Anything else you'd like to add to that? Come on, you're not herpes on our ass. Herpes on our ass. Shapiro is the herpes on our ass. Ben Shapiro is the herpes on our ass. Anything else you'd like to add to that? Come on, you're not an intellectual. You're a fake and a fraud.
I never get tired of this clip of Jones here. I mean, look at the speed of this physical specimen. I mean, just look at the speed here. I mean, this is faster than an NFL linebacker. Or an NFL running back, even. I mean, look at the speed here. He crosses the street in like 1.2 seconds, in less than 1 second. I mean, just look at that speed here. I mean, look at that. He crosses the entire street in like 1 second flat. I mean, this is a superior athlete here. Just absolutely incredible. But has anybody seen this level of thespianism from anybody? I mean, not even Steven Seagal has exhibited this kind of range. I'm not going to say he can't. We just haven't seen him do it.
Fraud. Because I'm sitting in the tree going... Because I'm sitting in the tree going... A chimpanzee can't talk, so they just go... You understand that? I don't care what you think you are, if you think you're a dog or the Easter Bunny, or a Keebler elf on PCP from Clandathu. Think you're a dog or the Easter Bunny, or a Keebler elf on PCP from Clandathu. Repent now, repent now. I know your mustache is cool. Well, but it's nice to be sweet to babies. I kill my kids. I mean, oh my God. Oh my God, we're being invaded by South American walruses. Being invaded by South American walruses. Being invaded by South American walruses. Oh my God, look at this.
Has anybody ever seen Alex Jones this happy? I don't know if I've ever seen him this happy before. I mean, look at the pure joy he has here. Aaron asks, what did Alex do to the guy when he caught him? I think he just kind of pointed in his face, because did that guy throw... He might have thrown a drink at Alex. I forgot exactly why he chased him down. He just kind of got in his face. I went over the full clip before. He didn't really do much, because the other guy was kind of posturing, and then he was trying to get away. Alex chased him down, got in front of him, put a finger in his face, and kind of just told him off. And then the other guy just, didn't do anything about it, obviously. Oh, Justin Johnson says nukes are fake. Speaking of which, I do have a deep dive coming up on that with some receipts that nobody's ever seen before. So, that is coming soon. Welcome, Dave Scott, the one and only. The man who defeated Chuck Norris. Dave Scott. Rethink Inc. Chin Chin. Welcome, welcome.
Orc-like, goblin. Oh my God, look at this. Orc-like, goblin-like, troll-like people. You don't have mitochondrial DNA, Jack. Two men having a baby isn't a baby. Orc-like, goblin-like, troll-like people. You don't have mitochondrial DNA, Jack. Two men having a baby isn't a baby. They have to learn that a creepy man or a bunch of creepy men in bozo outfits coming to teach them when they're 3 about sex, not mommy and daddy, but the government has a plan for you. Men can't have babies. Oh, we can, they say. We can fly in the air, too. They're going to have genetically engineered humans. Hello, let's talk about drag queens. They're going to have Hello, let's talk about drag queens. Let's talk about drag queens. Let's talk about drag queens and they're going to have genetically engineered humans. Hello, let's talk about drag queens and other things and our wee-wees. It's okay, though. We're not sexualizing your children. Be open, be loving. Bring in some jihadis now. Oh, how you kill me if I was in the Middle East? That's okay, but come in. You're anti-Christian. Come in. Durka Muhammad Jihad drag queen. Telling you you're dirty because you touch your pee-pee when you're a kid or whatever to make you weird and oppressed. But everybody knows what happens to kids that get in the van with you. And they're saying, it's okay, you can file a complaint. I know it's very frightening. Here's your Play-Doh. Blow the atmosphere up. In the carbon. Plants used to grow 5 times faster, like 500 feet tall everywhere. Just oxygen was higher. And commies, please be our gods. They're just 5 times faster. Like used to grow 5. Commies, please be our gods. Commies, please be our gods. Commies, please be our gods. They're just like, shut up, filth. Sesame Street, Pervert Street. Oh. Peekaboo. You brain damaged her. It's cute.
There sure are lots of ways there.
Mow you all down with machine guns. We're the New World Order.
Anybody else think Alex missed his calling by being like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 type of guy? Like, I would actually watch full episodes of Sesame Street with his commentary here. I mean, does anybody else find this absolutely hilarious? I mean, it's just so funny. I mean, Alex needs to start, if he ever branches out beyond whatever you want to call that he does, into some kind of audio commentaries. I mean, that would just be hilarious. Les Xylophone says, I'd watch him review videos like PewDiePie. I mean, it's just absolutely hilarious. I mean, just the thespianistic antics. No one else can do it quite like him.
So cute. Take your cancer viruses.
Give the children the vaccines. Watch their eyes dull and give Satan his servings of pain.
Who can speak to me? Of you can talk? Is there any amongst you that can talk? And the women were like these bloated, hateful. The faces they would make were so demonic. They'd go, yeah, white bear, yeah, hateful. The faces they would make were so demonic. They'd go, yeah, white bear, yeah, white bear, yeah. They'd go, yeah, white bear, yeah, white bear, yeah. I mean, I call them goblins because they are.
Destroy the child. Corrupt them all.
This is their plan, people. These are demons. In almost every photo, he goes, I'm just a little old man. And he goes, ice cream.
Bring me 15 hookers now and get the drugs ready and take me to the private island. Bring me 15 hookers now and get the drugs ready and take me to the private island. Bring me 15 hookers now and get the drugs ready and take me to the private island. Get the satanic rituals ready. And they tell you at McDonald's in downtown Austin, they show mutated, dead children with pus pouring out of their eyeballs and welts all over their bodies. Enter here at your own risk and doom. And the fools throng, and their subconscious sees it. I am being delivered unto death. I am being delivered unto poison. These are people that had gay sex hundreds of times in coffins, begging for spiritual entities to possess them, and giant pits of feces, and have sex with each other. You're not getting our firearms. Do you understand? This far and no further with your damn dictatorship. I'm sick of it. Excuse me, let me plug back in so I can hear Jakari. Come to America, it's all free. Ha ha. The land of milk and honey, the Golden Valley, heaven on earth, Fantasy Island, it's all free. Ha ha. Nowadays, if they'd landed in troop ships wearing pink uniforms, going, tranny, tranny, tranny. Nowadays, if they literally everyone would just kneel and go, if they'd landed in troop ships wearing pink uniforms, going, tranny, tranny, tranny. Literally, everyone would just kneel and go, oh, and just, here are our children. If it's politically correct, don't be racist. Just shooting everybody. I'm Satan, the spirit of the destroyer that is destroying the planet with genetic engineering, mutilating God's creation, and vandalizing the human species. I'm going to shoot you up with something that's going to kill you dead in a hammer. How's a 30-year death from gut disease sound, African children? Roll up the sleeves. I'm a little chicken neck bastard, and nobody's got the will to see what I am. Just like if you run from a dog, folks, it'll run up and bite you.
When these people start growling at you, you go, what are you growling at me for? You think I'm food? I'm not your food. Get that through your stinking narcotics trafficking head. Excuse me. I mean, me personally, see, I'm not like these globalists that are into little kids and stuff. That's what I like. Big, full on, the whole 9 yards, Marilyn Monroe type woman. Just like Snoop Dogg behind the scenes sounds like Urkel. Yes, I got a major business deal going. Sounds like Urkel. Yes, I got a major business deal going. And the scenes sounds like Urkel. Yes, I got a major business deal going.
My evil extends across all time, all galaxies, all dimensions. Look into me one last time. This is Putin. Trump, do as I say.
You know what's hilarious? Like, let's say, I don't know, interdimensional entities from some other realm just got here and you showed him this video. This guy's more accurate than any of the so-called professionals on mainstream media. Like this, in quotations, journalist, in quotations, news anchor, this guy right here has been more accurate than any other news station. And just watching these clips, like, this is the most accurate guy.
Eyes of Haraj, do as I say. Alex Jones, do as I say. Italian voters, do as I say.
I didn't know what eating feces was. I didn't even know people did that. I didn't know what eating feces was. I didn't even know people did that. I didn't know what eating feces was. I didn't even know people did that. They teach 6-year-olds how much fun it is. 6-year-olds how and guys eating hearts and screaming Allah Akbar. It just always ends the same. That's who she represents. Whether it's rich hillbillies raping some girl almost to death or jihadi hillbillies raping little girls to death, it's just that Hillary produces raped little girls with their insides coming out on the ground.
Clark says it's gotta be a careful balance of Ozempic and crank. Mayor McCheese says, truth, Alex Jones would be the type of person to introduce Russian roulette to the Sesame Street cast while blowing through a Scarface platter of coke. Oh man, what is this guy on? You know, if he was specifically genetically engineered for this, perhaps he's not on anything. Perhaps this was coded into his genetically engineered DNA for his purpose here in this realm.
The jihad is here. You are under our control. We kill your women. Ha ha. Cut their genitals off. Cut their genitals off. Cut their genitals off.
All the women I know fight like a cross.
Cut their genitals off.
All the women I know fight like a cross between a crocodile and a mule. He kicked like a mule and bit like a crocodile. And I sit there and see pregnant women in the grocery store or whatever, and I just go, man, I got a headache. I got to get somewhere. And woohoo, yeah, kids, get on the rides over here. Oh, come on down here where there's clowns and there's elephants and popcorn, and just stick your arm in here. Oh, don't go away. I'm Bill Maher. But see, I'm not afraid of you, clown. He will get it done just right, and he'll help arrest your Christians and your Buddhist, and he'll help take them from their families, and he'll help cut their livers out and sell them. But it's okay because he's gay, and he wears skinny jeans. Monkeys eat bananas, man. I mean, I'm telling you, folks, it's crazy. archetypal cocksucker with those little deer-in-the-headlight eyes and all his stuff, and there's something about this fairy hopping around. What the fuck's your problem? You want to sit here and say that I'm a goddamn fucking Russian?
And I think he needs to be confronted with
He's
these
sucking
exact
globalist
words.
dick. Nancy Pelosi's got elephant balls. So I never expected Trump charging into a goblin's nest to not get some goblin vomit and slop and blood on him. I just don't want to catch him in bed with a goblin. But if he's in there rolling around hacking him up and he's got a goblin guide, you know, taking him into the cave, I'm not expecting him to not get dirty, especially up to his ankles. I don't want to see him kissing goblins, having political succubus with goblins. I don't want to see him ingratiating goblins. But if you catch him kissing goblins, or if you catch him in bed with a goblin, you know, that's a problem. If he, say, signs on to the TPP, that's in bed with a goblin. Because we're going to have a new scale here. I'm actually going to have it made digitally where it's on a scale of goblins. You know, is it charging into a goblin's nest, hacking them to pieces? Or is it just going, you know, around the goblins? Is it kissing goblins? Even though you still stab them, you give them a kiss? Or is it catching them in bed with a goblin? And then the final scale, is Trump going to have babies with a goblin and actually help the New World Order and turn against us like Darth Vader?
I think he really laid out the possibilities there. All the different possibilities. Does anybody use the word goblin more than Jones? Oh, man. Oh, man. Mayor McCheese says, as we've already laid out, I imagine the Call of Duty Black Ops scene and him yelling at Bert and Ernie, "You play now, American." Justin says, Alex got any blow, Joan? Mayor McCheese says, it was the drugs that engineered him, Bruce. Don't lie. Oh, man. Oh, man. All right, any more questions? You guys want to round this out with the Alex Jones folk song? He even talks about goblins in the Alex Jones folk song. Has everybody heard the folk song? One of the greatest folk songs of all time. Mayor McCheese says, please, Alex Jones folk song. All right, let's round this out with the folk song. Aaron says no. You mean no, nobody uses the word goblin, or no, you don't want more of the song? Dave Scott says 4 more hours. Oh, man, no, I got a lot of editing work to do. There's definitely going to be something really interesting tomorrow evening. Truth Trollette says, hit it, Bruce. Oh, Aaron says, haven't heard it. Oh, you're in for a treat, Aaron. You are in for a treat.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murderers, scum. They're on giant death factories, keeping babies alive and selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green looking skin, and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we wanna eat babies. I have them on video.
I love Satan, so f*** you. I kill my kids.
Hillary's in the creepy, weird, sick stuff, man.
We came,
You saw? He died.
She sleeps in the same room with that creepy weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur.
There's a guy on the radio who apparently Trump's on his show frequently. He said me and Hillary are demons. Said we smell like sulfur. Ain't that something?
I had never seen or smelled any woman like that, ever.
People are telling me she smells.
Who could not notice someone who smelled that bad?
In a room, vampire pot, dead goblins are hobbling round, coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap. We don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions of pointed people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. We're gonna steal your daughter at the mall. We're gonna steal your wife, your son. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good, oh, they're so sweet.
I was watching Fox News as I worked out this morning, and they had the police chief on making excuses from that town in Minnesota. And they had the Fox News host, this is the Fair and Balanced channel, going, Donald Trump really stepped in at this time. He said it was a bombing before it had officially been called a bombing, and Hillary's on him, and she's got some really good points. That 90% of modern warfare is informational. That's why it's more important than ever that all of you watching subscribe on YouTube, like us on Facebook, fight, and without your help and support, we will fail.
I think this might have been the first place that I saw the goblin line, pot-bellied goblins. I don't know if anybody in the history of mankind has ever used these words in this order. Literal vampire pot-belly goblins. Vampire pot-belly goblins. Who thinks these words were ever used in this order prior to Jones? I mean, I think he needs to patent this phrase. He needs to trademark and copyright this particular phrase. Vampire pot-belly goblins. Like he's even body shaming them. Oh man. Oh man. Mayor McCheese, Bruce, here's a real question. What is your favorite dish and do you have a recipe? Oh, that's an interesting one. Okay, so this will be the last question. Okay. Favorite dish. I don't really have a recipe, but favorite dish. Not really, actually. Not really. I do eat a lot of bison. I eat a lot of bison, a lot of salmon. Just lightly seared. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you are what you eat. You want to be a little scrawny chicken? You want to be a big fat cow? Or you want to be a relatively strong, fast, and wild bison? Alright. BB asks, are you on a keto diet? Not really. I mean, I just eat whatever I want, and then I do some pretty extensive fasting. For those that don't know, I mentioned this before, dry fasting. You don't even drink water. So you just, there's actually, you guys can check out August Dunning. He has a Phoenix protocol. It is a, what is it, a 7 or 9 day dry fast. Dave Scott says, I love sushi. Yeah. Particularly of the sashimi variety. I'm not sure exactly how healthy the white rice is. Might also be genetically modified depending on your sushi place. But yeah, sashimi, baby. But yeah, I might have to do an episode. I think the breatharians were onto something. I'll round this out with a quote, I believe from Hippocrates. So there's, of course, the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm. There's also, any man who is not his own doctor is a fool. And then there's a third one. I believe it was him, unless it was a different Greek. To eat while you are sick is to feed your disease. That's why when animals get sick, they just kind of lay there. They don't eat anything. They don't drink anything until they're healed. And there's multiple stages of autophagy, too. And you get into the really, really deep stages after several days with no water. Justin Johnson says, Bruce's favorite dish always comes with a side of Steven Seagal. Yeah, we definitely need to do another Seagal deep dive, another episode in that series. But thanks again, everybody, for joining us. Tomorrow will be a special event podcast. I think a lot of people will enjoy it. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. This is Bruce McGuire signing off. Catch you guys next time.